Welcome into the DBU Women's Soccer Insider. The Patriots are coming off a 2-1 victory over Texas A&M International on the road on Saturday. And I'm Reagan Ratcliffe along with Patriots head coach Marcus Wood, joined with Rachel Allen, Parker Coe, Joeli Benson, and Haley Roberson. And a huge win for the Patriots, not only to continue to lead the Lone Star Conference standings, but Coach Wood gets his 400th career win. Coach, congratulations. What a milestone. And how about the way your team does it? What can you say just as you reflect back on your career, 400 career wins? I mean, only 30 coaches in the history of the sport that have accomplished that feat, but what did it mean to do it the way you did it on Saturday?
Yeah, the girls wanted it to be dramatic. They didn't want to make it easy. To God be all the honor and glory for the Wood family. We knew what we were signing up for. We were signing up for a coaching lifestyle, but it's been, for Kelly, Cameron, Alex, and I, it's been beyond our wildest dreams. Who we got to share it with, the players, their parents, coaches, athletic trainers, the administrators, all the faculty and staff at these two great universities. It's just been an awesome ride, and loved every minute and love the people we get to work with.
You know, looking back on Saturday's game, Gina almost gets the game-winning goal. But let's go back to the first goal. Parker Coe scores in the 41st minute on a set piece on a corner. I believe your second corner goal of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Something that Coach Wood has talked about is the execution on set pieces, and how much work does this team put in on that, and how have you seen that really become an added dimension to the success of this team?
So honestly, like, corner kicks and set pieces are a huge part of our game. Coach Woody says 70% of goals are scored off of set pieces.
40%.
40%, sorry, I got a little ahead of myself. But yes, 40% are scored off of set pieces, and I think we just take pride in that, and especially practicing it every single day. Haley goes out, takes them, and we all line up, and we try to make it as game realistic as possible. And I think we've kind of got to the point where we're starting to take initiative and start executing our set pieces.
You know, this team really has been on fire all season long. You go back to a win over UC Colorado Springs 3-1 in the opener, but you had a little bit of a stumble on the road at San Angelo on October the 1st, but outside of that, I mean, this team's rolling again. You won 6 straight. Well, what can you say when you look back at that loss to Angelo State? What did you learn from that, and how have you seen this team progress since then?
Reagan, I wouldn't just say the loss to Angelo. Every single game we've learned. You know, there's just been something to learn in every game, and there was a lot to learn in that Angelo game. They're a very veteran team. I think eight seniors, and we're a 1 senior team. We're a lot of 18 and 19-year-old soccer players, and so there's just a lot of growth. And what I've loved is the young ladies have just taken, you know, every time that we have to study film, they've taken it real seriously, and we have gotten significantly better. I think we're a significantly better team on October 24th than we were in early August.
I know that you're thrilled to have Rachel Allen sitting next to you. She was an all-region performer defensively last year, one of the top defenders, you could say, really in the country. So, Rachel, you think back to last year, phenomenal freshman season. You seem to have taken your game even to another level. How much have you grown as a player here in your sophomore season?
Well, obviously, I've grown into a more like leadership role. I feel like I've become more like outgoing and more confident, like on the field and off the field, and I feel like that's definitely like progressed me this season, like my confidence and my willingness to like be more out there and lead the team out on the field as well.
You know, as you talk about that, and girl sitting next to you in Parker Coe, that center back row. I mean, what a wealth of talent that you have on that back row, and a young talent, and a freshman and a sophomore. How would you describe just the level of communication? How does that work in a match, and how you communicate with Parker on that back row?
Well, we played club together too, so we kind of had a little bond already, but we always talk about keeping, like, we take pride in that we want to have no shutout. I mean, we want to keep a shutout, and so I think our communication and our, like, pushing everybody to, like, give effort and play, like, as one and defend together, that, like, allows it, like, that shows, like, how much pride we take in the back line, and, like, we can see the whole field, so, like, we're there, we're communicating, and I feel like everybody, like, responds well and listens to us, so that also helps.
Another big reason behind the Patriots this year, Haley Roberson, who came in from the University of North Texas, and she's just kind of all over the place. It seems like game in, game out, whether it be on the defensive side. Parker talked just a moment ago about the success that she brings to the table in terms of her execution on corners. Haley, 2 years at North Texas, you come to DBU. What drew you here? I know you were teammates with Marta for at least 1 year. She comes here last year. Now you follow it kind of in her footsteps. But what excited you about coming here to DBU?
I was just honestly the most excited about being in a Christian environment where I'm just like surrounded by a community of believers and people that would help push me in my faith. I had a great time at UNT, and soccer was awesome there and everything. I just felt that I was lacking a little bit in my spiritual life. And my dad went here, my grandparents went here, and I just knew that this was such an amazing place to be, to develop your life as a Christian. And that's honestly just been like the best blessing. And obviously, this team is just so special, and just the friendships that I've made here. I was so excited to come play here, and it's honestly exceeded my expectations, which were already high coming in here.
Well, from a veteran in Haley, who's a junior, we're talking about the youth of this team, and Joeli Benson's a freshman, played over 1,100 minutes in the midfield. And for you, Joeli, you think about coming in as a freshman, how have you seen your game develop in this first season, and how much have you learned more about soccer, just particularly at the collegiate level this year?
Honestly, coming in, it was very intimidating as a freshman. You don't really know what to expect. But one thing that I feel like I've grown and learned all about is self-confidence. Like, it's a really big thing. Like, being on the field, like, you have to be confident. And I feel like I've grown so much, especially in a midfield role when I'm having to communicate with people around me. Like, it can be scary as a freshman, like, having to, like, tell people what to do, but you have to realize, like, that's your job, and you have to be confident in everything that you do.
And Joeli had a heroic moment against Eastern New Mexico, the game-winning goal late in that one. That just seems to be a common theme, Coach, with this team. Am I right? And you find ways to win games late.
It's been someone different every time, and we love it. We love that part. These young ladies have written an absolutely remarkable story, and we just couldn't be more proud of them that we're where we are on October 24th. Still a lot of work left to do, but my goodness, they've all written a special story.
But now you get set to go on the road, UT Permian Basin on Friday, final game of the regular season, and it kind of comes down to this final match for a regular season title. What would it mean to go on the road to face a UTPB team that's a gritty team? They've defeated Angelo State this year. You're going to have your work cut out for you on Friday.
There's no doubt about it. We understand the test that we're in. It's going to be a very difficult test, but it should be. If we want to lift a trophy at the end of the season, you got to be able to do a lot of difficult things. And for this young group of young ladies to write the final chapter of that story, that's what we're intending to do this Friday. We're going to have a pretty focused week to get ready for it.
We're looking forward to it. Again, the Patriots, fresh off a win over International on Saturday, they go on the road to UTPB on Friday, try to close out the regular season. Will be their fourth consecutive title here in the Lone Star Conference. The Patriots at UTPB on Friday at 5. So for head coach Marcus Wood, our entire crew of Rachel, Parker, Joeli, Haley, I'm Reagan Ratcliffe for the DBU Women's Soccer Insider.